Hello and welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time, I'm Kelly. This is Kelly Loves K-Pop, where I do K-pop oriented tarot readings. Among other things, I've started doing recently pick-a-cards for this channel. But today I have a special request from one of my followers on our Tumblr, which I'll have a link to in the description, that has requested a big topic on EXO's China line members. Nagachi, I think that's how you pronounce your name. Thank you so much for your request. I see you on the Tumblr all the time, and I really appreciate your support. I hope you don't mind that I've said your name, but when I post in Tumblr, I'll probably be quoting your actual request, so I hope that's okay. But yeah, so we're going to look into some questions they have about Kris, Luhan, and Tao leaving EXO. I'm not a huge EXO fan. I did watch their debut. So I saw EXO-K, exo-m debut and their early stuff, but when everything started happening, I kind of noped out because as a Hanggang bias Super Junior member, I'd already been through that pain. I couldn't do it again. I'm sorry, guys. So anybody who's gone through that whole mission with EXO, you guys are troopers. It was so heartbreaking to see everything happen that way. But I do hope everyone is in a better place now. So I do ask my spirit guides not to give me information that shouldn't be shared. So I don't want to hurt anyone or you know, reveal anything I'm not supposed to. I am just a tarot reader. I'm not associated with any of their companies or any of these people. Everything I do is all alleged for entertainment purposes only. Okay, so now with that disclaimer, I'll go ahead and start asking the questions that Nagachi sent me. First is, did Kris and Luhan get out because of treatment or was it for money? So we'll see. I don't know that much about these two leaving. I knew a little bit more about Tao because those, like, his dad was the one that like sent the initial message or something. But we'll go ahead and do some shuffling and see what we can find about Kris and Luhan and what their choices or what their motivations were. Go ahead and shuffle in some reversals. This is my Neon Moon deck from Pixel Occult. I like doing this one when I feel like it's really about business because it's a very like cyberpunk feeling. These cards are very laminated, very slippery. So when I shuffle them, a lot flies out, but that's how it goes. Okay, we'll go ahead, do some spreads here and see what there is to see as I throw cards away. Excuse me. Pick that one off the floor. Okay, one more shuffle here. And the cards are lively, that's good. Okay. So, Kris and Luhan, what were your motivations for leaving? Two nines here. Three nines. Wow. Okay. So like nine is that part where you're almost in numerology. It's a lot about like almost being at the end. It's that last push of motivation to get where you want to be, what you need to do. So I have the Nine of Zent, which is really, it is about abundance in an upright and reversal. So it's about that's not happening. So we will show that maybe there was a lack of or less financial support or incoming finances. The Nine of the Hermit is definitely about like going alone, going solo, finding what you need out on your own. And then we have the Two of Vials. So this is about this is your Two of Cups card. This is your union. So this is breaking away. So this is very much like not having money or not getting your money, wanting literally to go off on your own and separate. Okay, so we have the Apprentice of Vials. This is your Page of Cups. Again, so this to me reads as a bit of like confusion or unhappiness in the situation. You're not, excuse me, you're not getting the satisfaction you want. You're not getting the emotional connections you want. So they may have felt a bit abandoned or left on their own as it is. And then we have the Nine of Arms, which Nine of Arms was, so it's like vials, wires, arms, and scents. So is this your sword suit? This is our sword suit. So the Nine of Swords is about, pain, anguish. This to me reads, if you're asking if it was treatment or money, I mean, it was a combination of both, right? There's an unhappiness here. There's a mental anguish. So they really didn't like their treatment. They felt unhappy. And I feel like if you're not happy in your situation and you know you have other options that are better for you, that are healthier for you, why wouldn't you pursue that? That's like the big energy I'm getting from this, is that they knew they could do better on their own, but it wasn't motivated by money. They knew they could do better, but they were doing it because mentally they were being put through it, and it's work smarter, not harder, right? So I think they didn't want to do it the hard way. They realized they had better options. But yeah, this Nine of Swords is very much worrying, stressing out. They didn't feel safe or supported in where they were. They didn't feel that at all. They didn't feel like they had this room to grow. They didn't have these emotional attachments that I felt like would have kept them there. And that could have been due to imposter syndrome. It could have been due to racism. It could have been due to a lot of things. I mean, their company already had a well-established history of not treating idols like human beings. So I definitely think there's a sense of that. SM isn't changing its colors anytime soon. So yeah, they knew they weren't making the kind of money they could, or they just weren't getting the money they felt they deserved, right? So yeah, they definitely had a decision to go off alone, to separate, because they were very, very stressed out and unhappy. So I'm going to go ahead, and they have multiple questions. So the next question they have is, what happened to Tao behind the scenes? This question will obviously be a little bit trickier because, again, I don't like to read things I'm not supposed to know, and things that are kept secret and things like this are often that way for a reason. So if this part of the reading is a little vague, know that that's just Tao's own protection. That's for their own secrecy and safety and privacy, okay? So what we find out is what we find out. let's see what we can get from all right. Wow, he's got a lot of powerful energy in this. So we have a tower moment. So there was a big life-altering situation for him. The Hierophant is definitely about, like, I always say the word, like, gatekeeping is what comes to mind. It's about, there's a system in place, there's a traditional system. Unless you follow the rules, you're not getting in. You know, it's a club, and then if the bouncer doesn't approve of you, you're not getting in. So there's a bit of that. I mean, just because there is a gatekeeping, upright means it's like he probably did what he needed to do to join this tradition, this club, this place he wanted to be. Like, you know, this is almost like he was trying to do everything right by the rules. Like, as far as him, he wasn't trying to, like, go rebel or break the rules. But the 5 of that. So again, this is about being, like, left out in the cold. So it's like, even though he tried his best to fit in, to do what he wanted to do, like, there was a lack of acceptance, it feels. Or just, like, not getting the same treatment. This Apprentice of Wires. So that's the Wands suit, I believe. So right, Scent, Wires, Arms, and Vials. Yeah, so that should be the wand suit. I'm sorry, a lot of these decks, they like to rename all the suits, and sometimes it really takes a lot to, like, keep them straight in my mind. But yeah, so this was, like, almost a big change. But Temperance for me is almost always the company. Like, this is about management, about responsibility, about cycles, and taking care of the things you need to do day to day to keep everything running smoothly, keep everything harmonious. But there needed to be a big change for that to happen. You know, it's for the beginning of new creatives, passions, things. So it's like, when I read this, it's almost like he tried to play by the rules, he tried to do everything he had to do, but he still just wasn't getting the acceptance that he wanted. So it just facilitated this big change. Again, like I said, I'm not going to get all the information here because it's for his own protection, but it definitely feels like he was never going to get the acceptance that he wanted, so he changed to start his own journey. I don't see a huge, like I said, I didn't see, like, the anguish card. Like, I didn't see that there's a lot of pain here, but there's, like, a lack of acceptance. There's a lack of support for whatever it was that he wanted to do. And it could just could have been him realizing in the structure, in the systems he was in, he was never going to get to where he wanted. He was just too caged in, too cookie cutter for him, right? So he wanted a chance to show who he was, show his ideas. So there was a there was an upheaval, there was a change facilitated. The Temperance card gives me the feeling like the company almost knew, or at least people directly around him in management kind of knew this was coming. Like, I don't get the feeling it was a surprise when he left. I don't think anybody at the company was very surprised. Like, I think that, you know, we see these cards and they helped facilitate this by not accepting him. I hope that makes sense. Again, I don't follow this group that closely, especially once it started. I kind of intentionally stopped paying attention to this. So if anybody in the comments, you know, if you can tell me if this resonates with anything you know about Tao and what he was gone through, please do share. Now I'm very curious myself to know more of the history of what happened. But yeah, this is about a lack of acceptance and not being able to, even when he played by the rules, he was still losing. So he wanted to change and go off and do something for himself. I think I have one more question from Nagachi. And I really hope, if I'm mispronouncing your name, please correct me on that, because I'd love to make sure I give you the right shout out that you deserve, okay? The last question is also about how was Lei treated as well. As far as I know, is Lei still actually in the group? He just hasn't been promoting with them very much, or was as in he's officially left now. Again, I don't know. I just know I haven't seen him in promotional stuff with EXO in a while. I see him doing a lot of solo stuff, which is always funny because then I hear Lei songs every once in a while and they're not like at all what I would expect him to do, but they're always good. I'm not mad at them. But let's see how Lei's treatment has been from the company and from the group. He is or / was the leader, right? I thought. Again, or was he just the exo-m leader? Please, EXO-Ls, help me. I don't know. Oh. Okay, well, this wants to go in. Okay, cards, you do what you want. I'm just here. I'm just here. You do what you want. These glossy cardstocks are just so hard to manage sometimes. Okay, Lei, what has been going on with you, man? Tell us. Strength card, okay. Okay. So Lei, we have the 7 of Wires. And this is the 7 of Wands. Okay, so I know in this deck it says about having to fight to retain your position. So it's almost like he's at the top and he knows he's got people coming from. This could be antis, this could be haters, this could be members, this could be a lot of people. So let's continue looking into these cards and see if we can't find. But he definitely is in like a defensive position, but it's in a confident defensive position here. The Executive of Vials. So this is your King of Cups in reverse. This is definitely about emotional instability. This is about feeling like you're kind of on this roller coaster ride that you're not in charge of. So I always get the feeling it's like from one day to the next, his emotions on this are widely varied. But the Strength card means he's holding on for dear life. Like, I think he knows whatever he's been going through was gonna be tough. Like, he's fighting, he knows there's ups and downs, but he really wants to hang on. Like, I think there's just this fight in him that he doesn't know how to give it up. He doesn't know how to, he doesn't want to. He feels like it's his duty to be there. Like it's his right to be there. The 8 of Zents is your 8 of Coins, which is about like your hard work, almost like your hard work paying off. If he doesn't feel like it's paid off yet, he feels like it will. Like there's still like this kind of, even though there's a lot of up and down emotionally, there's this like underlying optimism. And then this is your victory card though. So I think ultimately he's not going to get what he wants. This is the victory card in reverse. So he's going to lose some kind of battle, but he's been trying to hold on and fight for what he wanted, like tooth and nail. Like this man's determination is on another level. So I hate to see it. I want him to get what he deserves, but it feels like he just, you know, as far as being treated well, he's had to fight and be like an emotional ping pong ball, right? But yeah, I think these are more about creative directions, things he wanted, dreams he kind of wanted to pursue more than money. So I don't think it's like necessarily that he wasn't getting paid or anything like that, but I do think from a lot of times he's faced a lot of opposition to continue, but he just holds on from sheer stubbornness and will. So behind the scenes, it's just like, I think it's just they've made it hard for him. They've intentionally they've intentionally pushed him out. I don't know why, but like it's definitely like he's gotten where he's gotten on his own. It's not been from any help from from SM Entertainment, I'll tell you that. But ultimately, like he just can't. He just couldn't. He's not strong enough to just out muscle the company, but he's made a lot of noise and fought really hard to stick around and do as much as he has. So yeah, I think they've been a source for a lot of unhappiness for him, a lot of ups and downs. He's never felt quite stable there. So again, like I said, I try not to dig in so far that I don't respect people's privacy. So if anything else has happened, it's because I'm not supposed to see that. But yeah, he's definitely had to fight. He's definitely had to fight. He's had to fight just to kind of see it grow, just to see his small or lack of involvement wasn't on him. It wasn't because he didn't want to be there. He's been fighting like hell to do what little he could, but ultimately there's a loss and an unhappiness from the company. So yeah, as far as treatment, it's just, I think again it's like bureaucracy. Again, it's not, it never felt personal, even though it was. Like, let me draw a couple of oracle cards just to see. Maybe on Lay I can get a little bit more information. Do this Mausolea of Souls oracle deck. Just because I want to know a little bit more about like how he feels about how he was treated. Again, we have Arthur, who's like the king, who's the leader. duty, you know, the shepherd. Like, again, as far as his personal feelings, he definitely felt like it was his job. Like, he's being faced with like this opposition to not be there, but he does. He wants to be there. He's felt like he's taken his role very seriously. But there's something in the company. Again, I don't know where the opposition is coming from for him that put him constantly on this fight to get to where he wanted to be. But yeah, he's made this fight all along because of his loyalty and his sense of like duty. So I wish the best to Lay, I really do. He seems like a really loyal and determined kind of friend. But they just made you know, I guess when they decided to dissolve exo-m, they just thought Lay would like lay down and take it easy, and he is like, no, I have a responsibility to these guys and I'm not gonna stop. You know, like that's the most I'm getting from these cards. But thank you so much, Nuggety. I think that was all your questions. I really appreciate you sending them in. I know you know where the Tumblr is, but for viewers who don't know, I have a Tumblr. I'll put the link in the description. You can send me your EXO, your K-pop questions, and I'll do my best to answer them. The waiting list is getting a little long, but I try to do a few questions, at least 2 to 3 questions every week, more if I have the time. But thank you for watching. If you'd like to support me, I have a Ko-fi account. Tips are greatly appreciated. Please hit the like button. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And I'll see you soon, okay?